This week on the Mr. Throwback Thursday Podcast, we bring you Lego DMC, De La Soul in Iceland, the return of Slick Rick and the Teacha, Short Dog teaching the youngsters, Party Up turns out to be a diss track, and new music from Frankie Pulitzer. What else? Let's listen.
It's not just any day. It's Mr. Throwback Thursday.
All you kids want to get on and shit.
You are now about to witness the strength of street knowledge.
I'll be damned. At the count of three, I want y'all to tell me the name of my DJ. 1, 2,
3. And now, here's your hosts, Bill Winters and Mr. Throwback Thursday himself, Jamie Robinson.
And here we are once again, Mr. Throwback Thursday, episode 594, coming at you live and direct with your two favorite idiots, bringing you all the news that is news across the nation, at least as far as the top goes, and at least as far as what we could find. Bill up in New York, Jamie down in Virginia. Happy Father's Day, my friend. How you doing?
And to you, all is well, except for this new software we're using. We're trying to figure it out as we go along here.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
Growing pains. That's what they call it.
Now, all of a sudden, I don't hear myself echo. So this is a good thing because hearing me once is bad enough. Hearing me twice is overkill.
And then I have to listen to you when I edit. So I don't even know what that is.
That means you need more coffee.
Yes.
And you need to be mentally acute.
Well, I'm currently mentally ugly. So
Yeah, that makes two of us.
Here, let me see how this looks on our new.
Oh, look at that.
Look at that. It comes up with the Twitch logo and everything.
That was smooth.
Yeah, we're fancified.
Right, so for our friends at Magic Mind, thank you very much. Bottoms up.
Yes. Yeah, so for those of you who don't know why we weren't here last week live, I was in the city of Atlantis in this great state of...
And whenever I smell cheap cologne and raccoons, I know I'm in New Jersey.
Yes, I went up to Atlantic City, and when we're up there, I'm focused on gambling because I like slot machines and betting and whatnot. But we're wandering around.
As do I, as we discovered when I was down visiting you.
Mister, I only like to play blackjack until the slot machine pays me $400.
On a $20 bill.
Hey.
On a 50-cent spin.
Yes.
You know what I did with that? I bought a dishwasher.
That's what I'm talking about.
Because I'm sick and tired of hand washing dishes.
Yeah.
And my dishwasher shit to bed. So I think that was my mother-in-law saying, go get yourself a dishwasher. Anyway, I digress.
Get you a dishwasher.
Keep behind the luggage. Anyway, continue.
So we're walking down, and the plan for the day was we're going to go down to Ocean Casino where we were staying. We're going to play, and then we're going to leave directly from there and go over to Borgata, which is an MGM property, which is about 4 miles away.
Mm-hmm.
And we're wandering around the casino, and Rye says, "Are you ready to go to Borgata?" I'm like, "What do you mean go to Borgata?" She's like, "Do you have your keys? We need to go to Borgata." I'm like, "No, I completely 100% forgot that we were even going anywhere except Ocean." And she's like, had you brought your Magic Mind with you, this would not have been a problem. And I'm like, oh my God, I didn't bring Magic Mind with me on a 5-day trip. And it's funny because you don't always notice that it's working.
But you notice when it's not.
Yeah, I wasn't even, because we're in a hurry. We left the day early. We were going to leave on a Sunday. We actually decided to leave on Saturday. So we kind of threw things into a little bit of a spin trying to get out the door.
Kind of like when we came down to visit you.
Yeah. And I completely forgot to pack it for the trip. And it was funny though, because she doesn't usually say anything about it. And she's like, "Well, it looks like you got your story for this week." I'm like, I guess I do.
Yes.
So yeah, and it's good too, because we have a new code.
We do have a new code, and I'm going to scroll down. I'm going to find that.
That's a good place to find it.
Our new code is
I believe it's Throwback Jun for June. Jun.
yes, Throwback June.
Yes.
Throwback JUN. Yes. So Throwback JUN. It's the same offer, 20% off for one-time purchases, up to 48% for your subscriptions with the code Throwback JUN.
Speaking of subscriptions,
that's a great story.
She took Magic Mind on vacation and had the shipping address changed so that they didn't miss a dose. See, if you're taking it long enough, you think of things like that.
Yes. See,
not,
so that
not forgetting your keys in the hotel
that
room.
It works.
Yes. Not forgetting your keys in the hotel room because you forgot you had to go somewhere.
Right. So,
but yeah,
good job. So, Mr. Throwback Thursday, episode 594, coming at you live and direct with all that you expect.
Mm-hmm.
We have a decent amount of hip hop headlines this week.
All of the things.
A lot of the things. Woo News, a couple of pieces of that. We have a one and done. We have a record of the week. We have a reminder who your artist of the month is.
We have a whole lot of ghosts in the machine. So if things don't go properly, bear with us as I try to fix them.
We'll bring you an old to the new from a guy we are desperately trying to get onto the show. Hopefully that'll happen. But right now,
look,
we're still in chase mode on that.
Yes.
So.
If I thought that it was an impossibility, we would not have anybody on the show.
Right. Everything's possible until they tell us it's not.
Yep.
So
if you ignore me, that's not a no.
What I will say is that the minute we get that one on the show, my wife will probably watch for the first time ever.
She's a big face puller fan.
She's a Man Behind the Mask fan.
Yes,
I'll tell you that.
She don't know about no face puller.
No, she doesn't know anything about face puller, but she's a big fan of the Man Behind the Mask. So I will, of course, read lyrics to close out the show.
You will, and then, I will tell you, they are not as horrifying as they normally are.
Well, that's good because it is Father's Day. So
yes. Hey, look, I got a notification. Just get this message, and it's gonna be hard to figure this thing out. Anyway, it says, "Heads up, more Magic Mind is shipping your way in 3 days."
Hey,
look at that. Changes, make them here. Reply with modify to make changes to your subscription. See how easy that is?
That is
reply with modify to make changes to your subscription. We're going to talk about some timing here. That came in at 9:08. It is 9:15 in the AM as we record.
Look at that. So now let's get to the meat and potatoes of what we do.
Now we come to the payoff. Yes.
Now we come to the payoff. Meanwhile, I had to throw that in for the Hendersons if they're here. I'm feeling needy, so I'm going to request, would you please hit me with a little of that Triple H and we can start kicking this pig.
I will try.
This is Hip Hop Headlines brought to you by Mr. Throwback Thursday.
We'll get on it. It's your tight.
It is my toin. My toin is going to start with a new source from what I can tell, clashmusic.com.
Yeah, it seemed new to me.
And I haven't muted it yet, so it's got to be the first time we've used it. And you have named this, and that's the way it is.
Yes.
Lego's She Built That campaign launches a reimagining Run DMC classic.
Yes.
So Lego launched a campaign called She Built That. It's together with a global girls crew. They've reimagined Run DMC's trailblazing hip hop track, It's Like That, into a celebration of creativity of girls.
Yo.
The world we're building, especially Legos, is still seen through a gendered lens. The re-envisioned anthem, first launched in 1983 by Run DMC, constructs a new narrative titled She Built That, and that's the way it is.
So 1983.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking 42 years ago.
42.
And there's still, just for the holding staying power of Run DMC, 42 years later, you still
using
think
it.
this is the song that we need.
Yep. The updated lyrics and music video aim to inspire society and girls globally to see themselves as inspiring builders, creators, and innovators. The new rendition of the hit brings together standout stars from Gen Z, Gen Alpha, showing how girls are already shaping the world around them in incredible ways. But we knew that.
We did.
So it's like that. As you said, 1983 was a pioneering anthem of its time, blending street realities with a hopeful message and just basically, a heavy ass beat.
Yeah.
And very poignant lyrics for the time.
And we're going to do something we don't normally do. I'm going to write the cut in here at 14:15.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to do a time jump. We're going to say, all right, we're about to view this video live. And we'll come back and we'll tell you what we think of it. How about that?
Let's do it.
No, I think
that was really good.
I think it was really cool that they got Daryl and Joe actually involved in the video too.
Yeah,
Lego Daryl and Joe, but
yes, Lego Daryl and Joe.
But they voiced themselves and
who quoted and said, Run DMC has always stood for breaking barriers and inspiring change. We're excited to see our classic anthem reimagined as she built that, celebrating creativity and innovation of girls everywhere. Just as we push the limits of hip hop, we want to inspire a world where every girl recognizes her building power. And as you mentioned in the video, DJ Livia.
Yes, she's a real fucking badass.
Real name Olivia Borjas, proof that building something extraordinary starts with creativity and belief. She was born and raised in Chicago, spinning decks since she was 5.
Yeah, I think 5. I caught her. She was probably like 7, like right before. She was working with the Kardashians, and
when she was 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, she was 10 when she did the Kardashians.
So I caught her before that. So let's say 8 or 9 that I found her, and it was just, she was phenomenal.
She's now 17. She's worked with Snoop, Bad Bunny, Christina Aguilera. She's got 1.2 million followers on the TikTok.
I bet.
She says her journey has not been easy, though. She says there was a time my family was homeless in Chicago. What kept us going was refusing to give up. And that's what building is to me. And what she built that stands for. It's about rising up and creating something out of nothing. Her advice is that you are stronger than your circumstances and you have everything it takes to build your future. So congratulations to DJ Livia and congratulations to Lego for this thing. And really cool idea getting
I think it's
Daryl
a really
Joe in
a great campaign too.
Yeah. So nothing but good things to say about this. And that's the way it is. Next article. A long day in Iceland.
Yes, a very long day, like the longest.
The longest day of the year.
This hasn't happened since the longest day.
And this comes to us from our good friends at OK Playa.
Indeed.
And on the longest day of the year, Iceland is going to receive a performance from De La Soul, Yasin Bey, formerly known as Mos Def.
Indeed.
Some of the other big names on this thing, which will be taking stage at the LOA Music Festival in Laugardalur, Reykjavik, Iceland.
Yes, I know Reykjavik. That one I know. You start getting down into the smaller areas of Reykjavik, I am very unfamiliar.
Yes.
I know there's a naval installation in Reykjavik.
Icelandic artists like GDRN, I'm assuming that's Guardian.
Sure.
Hildur, St.
Good
Pete.
run, I don't know.
It could be. Gugasar, Inspector Spacetime will join up with non-Icelandic artists such as De La Soul, Jamie XX, Yasin Bey, formerly known as Mos Def, Havoc of the infamous Mob Deep, Joy Anonymous, Scratch Bastard, and Pharaoh fucking Munch.
Indeed.
It's a lot of names, man.
It is. That's a hell of a show. Well, if it's the longest day of the year, you got a lot of hours to fill.
Performers. Yes. Festival organizer Benedict Freyr Jonsson, a.k.a. DJ B. Ruff, said in an interview that music lovers can start the countdown. The iconic hip-hop group De La Soul has finally released its full lineup, and topping it all off, Troy Jamerson, better known as Pharoah fucking Monch, will be joining them on stage. This is a major festival, a major moment for Icelandic fans of classic hip-hop. The big name on there for them is Pharoah Monch.
Pharoah fucking Monch is huge.
Yeah.
Especially outside of the country.
Yes. Yeah. And that's what we're seeing on this is the fact that he's getting top billing over De La Soul.
It's just like J-Roo. He's gigantic overseas.
So
not on this tour.
If you are in the Reykjavik, Iceland area around June 21st and you are a posse member, let us know about the longest day of the year and what it does for Icelandic hip hop. That's a pretty good lineup.
I think so.
What's our next article? Our next article comes to us from E! News, and you have entitled it "Nay, Nay."
Indeed,
because we don't normally talk about this guy unless we absolutely have to.
Right, and this is non-crazy news. This is non-offensive news. This is
this is still crazy. Because it's him.
Well, yeah, but this is not offensive news, which is why we've been avoiding him regularly.
No, this is just ridiculous news. Pass, the artist we call Pass, whose legal name at one point was Kanye West.
It was. Cranky said Godzilla is big in Japan. I believe Godzilla is big everywhere.
Yes,
by default.
Yes, he's by default. Yes, Kanye West, who legally changed his name from Kanye Omari West to Ye back in 2018,
is it that long ago already?
Is now going by the moniker Ye in business documents filed in California. Now,
I would think that Ice Cube would have issue with this,
especially since he is the man behind. Ye. There you go. Nearly 4 years after legally changing his name from his birth name to Ye, he has made another switch. His chief financial officer, Hussein Lalani, recently referred to West as Ye in multiple filings concerning the 48-year-old's businesses sent to the California Secretary of State.
Did you say it was safe to say that he would rather switch
than fight? In the documents obtained by E! News on June 10th, Ye was listed as the manager or member of West Company's Yeezy Apparel, Yeezy record label, and Oxpaha Incorporated.
Oxpaha.
It's unclear, however, if West has also filed documents to legally change his name. In California, it is required by law to broadcast a name change request in the local newspaper before the petition is seen by a judge. As the website for the state's courts note, you must publish it in a newspaper of general circulation that publishes legal notices in the county where you file your case.
You got to publish it in a newspaper?
Which is still a thing, apparently.
Yeah.
In the past, West, who was drawn to the word Ye for a name because it's the most commonly used word in the Bible. In the Bible, it means you. Of course, it's pronounced ye there.
Yes.
So I'm you, I'm us, it's us. It went from Kanye, which means the only one, to just Ye,
so
just being a reflection
I am him.
of our good, our bad, our confusion, everything. At the time, West also named his 8th studio album Ye, explaining that was more of a reflection of who we are. I wanted something that felt with the energy, just what the universe was giving me. I wanted to match that energy. He's really a weird dude, though.
He is. He's about 3 steps past eccentric.
Yeah. Speaking of turds, and that's how you've titled the next one. MSN brings us this.
Look, it's a slow news week.
I don't watch Fox News.
Okay.
I know who this guy is.
Yes, that's the thing. I know who he is. I don't know why he is still, because I believe they let him go.
No, I don't think they did.
It wasn't him? No, it was the other guy, Carlson.
Yes.
That left.
Tucker Carlson.
Yeah.
Fox News host Brett Baer, who looks like he was carved, he kind of looks like the Thing from the Fantastic Four without the rocks on his face.
Look at you knowing comic stuff.
Yeah, I like the Fantastic Four. I always did.
Well, there's a new movie coming out.
Yes, from what I've been told.
Yes.
Brett Baer has experienced his fair share of tragedy, but now he might never take center stage again after flubbing a rap performance that absolutely nobody asked for.
Also, that I don't know anyone who could flub. Of all of the rap performance abilities, this one should be known by essentially everyone.
Yeah. He was filmed on stage rapping Rapper's Delight. He's so white. He's chalk.
Yeah.
He shits chalk.
Yeah. Nipsey got it right. Incredibly white.
He also looked quite
his
different.
Movement is so stiff. I mean, not even, delivery is going to be delivery. Some people have a good delivery. Some people don't. I can't knock him for his delivery, but he is like a step above a robot in his movements out there.
Yeah.
He should have just broken it down and tried to do the robot, and it would have looked more natural.
The best comment on the whole thing. Not only did he expose his alarming lack of rhythm, but he switched up the lyrics to shout out his show and the song.
Huh.
And one user posted, "Brother has all the flow of a clogged porta potty."
Hence the speaking of turds.
Another commenter joked that Baer had to make amends with the song's creators before it was too late. Brett Baer needs to issue an immediate apology to the real Sugar Hill Gang for that shit.
And that is enough of that shit.
One poster did the smartest thing any of us could have done and spared himself the pain. He said, "Oh, no. I will not be lured into pressing play. I am taking my dog for a walk and forgetting I saw this. I will go find Will Smith and his little memory flashy thing."
Yeah.
And prevent and which, he should have stuck with too, because
he should have included one with his album.
I like pretty girls. That is getting so much play right now on X or Twitter or whatever you're calling it this week.
I'm almost about to call it I don't have it anymore.
Yeah. Apparently we're on X now.
We are. Look at that. I'm out here working, man.
Yeah, because originally when we signed on, it said we couldn't stream to X.
Issues, yeah.
So, well, now that we played that, there's going to be more issues because people are going to leave in droves. Yeah, if that's what I sound like when I do that song on karaoke nights, I need somebody to let me know, take me out back of the bar, and old yeller me.
Mm-hmm.
Go look at the flowers, Lizzie.
Indeed.
The Teacha returns. Let's get to somebody with some talent.
Yes, our artist of the month, if you will.
Our artist of the month, if you will.
Indeed.
Yes. Got to get the Dusty Rhodes, if you will, in there. Rapreviews.com, which oddly enough sounds like something we would have used before, but we haven't.
Sounds like something we do.
Yes.
Do.
Guy says, reviewing KRS-One albums in 2025 feels like a thankless task, given that everyone should be well aware of who he is, what he stands for, and what he means to hip hop. He's now 59 years old. He's one of the oldest active rappers.
Yes.
His latest album still managed to impress people in fits and spurts. Listening to Let It Go and street rap feels like good old KRS-One with some production that is defiantly old school, yet modern enough not to feel crusty. So this basically it's a review of the album. Temple of Hip Hop Global Awareness.
Yes. Which you might hear next week.
It's a possibility. Songs like Let It Go and street rap feel like good old KRS-One with some production that is defiantly old school. Musically, both these songs emphasize how the Teacha can still craft the occasional head nodder and foot stomper. It's just not often frequent enough to warrant a full LP. The song "I" isn't far off from a crowd-pleasing song that would go off at his live show with more than a pinch of Little John to it.
I would go with some Dougie.
Because then it would have just been called "Okay."
Yes.
The ominous bass line of 50 more years of hip hop fits his scathing approach as he declares that we can do 50 more years of hip hop, which will take KRS to nearly 120 years old.
He'll probably still be doing it.
Something that doesn't surprise the writer of the article, given he's not ready to retire. which he says in The Sound You Miss. The flirtation with Caribbean accents, which have been a notable addition to his MC's arsenal over the years. He's been doing that ever since he started.
Oh, yeah.
Return on
all the way back to listen to my 9mm go bang.
Return on How Long Dem I Steal? And feel like the Teacha's given back lessons on how hip hop culture has been stolen. Familiar territory, no doubt. The album has a very singular focus, one that the Bronx veteran has battered listeners over the head with for decades now. We talked about this yesterday. You get a KRS-One album, you know what you're going to get for the most part.
Yes.
You get an MOP album, you know what you're going to get for the most part. You sent me the video for the Disturbed song, and I sent back to you. I said, I like it, but every first track off their new album sounds pretty much the same, just lyrically different.
Right.
But you know that's what you're going to get.
Exactly.
So, it says, as with any KRS-One album since the 90s, there's a handful of iffy decisions that I find myself skipping. Whoa is one, an ill-advised experiment with a fast-paced instrumental. You might hear Eminem stretching the English language over. It's an instrumental. Why would you skip over an instrumental?
'Cause they just want to hear Chris.
The Teacha. And Here Today leans too far into his corny filler songs that became too common after he went independent in the early 2000s. And just in case you're new to KRS, there's some thoughtful dedications from Ed Lover, Scarface, the Professor Bun B, and Be Real that wouldn't sound out of place on a posthumous record.
Wow.
Fortunately for KRS and his many fans, he's not going anywhere. The amount of energy that's still prevalent in his delivery feels like he's defiantly enforcing his claim from 95's Madism that he'll be ripping the microphone until I'm motherfucking 60.
60. Yep.
Well, he's 59, so
so we got at least one more year, Chris.
So he wasn't lying. Considering the last 20 years have been decidedly hit and miss as far as musical output goes, Temple of Hip Hop global awareness exceeds expectation and is far better than the DIY artwork suggests. Look, it's no Capadonna album cover. It's not great.
What's a Black Tarzan anyway? You know, there's only one Black Tarzan.
Right. And they give it an overall score of 7.5 out of 10. So that's...
And I will say, I haven't listened to the whole thing yet. I started listening to it day before yesterday, but I haven't listened to the whole thing yet. 7.5 out of 10 when you're 59 years old and have been doing it since the 80s.
Yeah.
Consistently. Not like I just came back and tried again. I think that's a respectable number.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, like I will listen to it before next show and we will run it next show probably.
Yes.
And we will give our own opinion.
And, well, at least he's real.
He is.
He
is flesh and blood.
Is AI artist, not TI, because he's a real person.
He is.
Timbaland announces he is working with an AI artist.
Now, this article came out. The news of this came out while we were on our break, but it's one of those ones that I bookmarked. I said I have to bring this one up, even though everybody may already know about it.
It's about 9 days old, but still.
So it should have been in last week's show, but there was no last week's live show. So
Timbaland has announced he's now working with AI artists that aren't actually real. The iconic producer has launched Stage Zero, an AI-focused entertainment company, and comes as a result of him experimenting with the AI program Sono.
Yeah, so we already know Young MC has an AI duet partner. I don't really know what you want to call it. But
collaborator?
Sure. It's a digital, like computerized image. It's not a person, a fake person per se.
Right.
It sounds like a computer.
Yes.
What Timmy's doing here is creating an entire, if you were to look at a glance at the person, at the AI person.
Yeah.
You would think he had a real artist.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you look more into it, you can say, okay, well, I can see that the coloring and the smoothness of all this is fake. Yeah. But he has created an entire persona that you can see, or had people do it. I don't know. That's fake. And he's feeding it all of this past hip hop information, not his, like other people's, so it can learn. And then he's going to produce.
Can learn.
Indeed. And he's going to produce this, at least one, because he's created an entire category now or label for fake artists.
Can I
kick it?
Get your opinion / explanation on something?
I can always give an opinion. I can try to give an explanation.
Timbo has revealed that the company has signed the first ever AI artist.
That's what I'm talking about.
It's not a real person.
No.
Who the fuck is signing?
Timmy.
It's being called Teacha.
Yes.
So
if there were more of them, it would be Tatas.
If it's not a fake woman with huge breasts, then that's a misnomer.
It's just one.
One big giant
in
breast.
the middle.
Okay.
That's why it's Tata.
Speaking Tata, TTFN, Tata for
Indeed.
now. Speaking to Bill, yes, we got a Winnie the Pooh reference in here. I think that was Tigger who said that.
Yes.
Speaking to Billboard magazine, he claimed that this will lead to a new genre of music called A-pop. Not K-pop, that's Korean music. Detailed how the songs for the AI artist are made by putting demos into Sono, which then turns them into voices and melodies without using actual singers or musicians.
Yeah.
I'm not just producing tracks anymore. I don't need to split the bag
with anybody.
I'm not producing tracks anymore. I'm producing systems, stories, and stars from scratch. Teacha is not an avatar. She's not a character. Teacha is a living, learning, autonomous music artist built with AI. Teacha is the start of something bigger. She is the first artist of a new generation. A-pop is the next cultural evolution, and Teacha is its first icon. No. I need my artists to be real, and I don't mean just be real. I mean, to be real.
To be real. Oh, sorry.
Timbo added that the technology of today is perfect for what this is. What used to take me 3 months only takes me 2 days. In the beginning, it was like a toy. It was like going to a toy store. You got to go through gluttony because you can't believe that it's here. He did not reveal when Tata's first single will be released, but he and Stage Zero have released an image of a young pink-haired woman they claim is the singer.
Yeah. Nipsey says it's nonsense, isn't it? It is.
It is nonsense.
It's 100%.
Because now, here we go. I'm going to throw this out. If it's AI and not a real person, why is he constructing a gender to it and saying it's a she?
Because he created it, like Bride of Frankenstein. He has created. He can call it whatever he wants. And I believe under the current administration, it has to be called a she for some reason. I don't know.
Yeah. I think its pronouns are it, that.
It may be.
Timbo said on the inner court, this election just divided. Oh, there you go. This election just divided us. What I mean by that, it divided the music. It sound bland. It sound boring. We talk about AI, but shit, that's the only thing that has a pure soul right now, that you could create something and express your true feelings, and it comes out beautiful. It comes out however the AI person programmed it. So
right, which is Timmy, I think.
Yeah. But I just feel like right now everything is just discombobulated.
Yeah, this whole thing is strange. It may come out. The music may be incredible. It may be my favorite A-pop artist, but I don't understand why it's a thing. Is it because Timmy just wants to be in full control of the entire creative process and not have to let someone else have any input on it?
Maybe. I mean, that's a very good way of looking at it. I think I can't imagine why else he would do that unless he thinks that this is really going to be the crux of something huge.
Well, and he is essentially going to be the creator, pioneer.
Yeah.
And he's going to have the label or the stable to put all these things under so he can get rich. I don't know. Yes. Presumably he's paying all of the artists he fed into it. No, that is a giant point of contention throughout social media from what I found in the past week.
Is that he ain't paying anybody anything.
No, they said, if you want to do this, if you want to feed it all this information so it can learn, feed it all of your stuff that you've done in the past, stuff that you have the rights to.
Don't feed it mine, because now you're infringing on my intellectual property.
Right. So if I hear your AI artist come out sounding like something that I did, 20 years ago.
We gonna fight.
Right. And then who do you take it up with? Who do you sue? Do you sue Timmy? Because he can blame it on he can blame it on the AI, blame it on
but blame it on the AI.
It's like I gave it all of these things to learn from. It's not my fault that it spit this back out.
And if you say that, then you just jeopardized yourself because you gave it to them. So, I mean, legally, I don't think you'd have much of a leg to stand on.
Probably not.
Now, my other thing, he says everything is just discombobulated, which we all know means run amok.
Yes.
When everything is perfectly in place, do you ever say everything is combobulated?
I do not, but I'm a dumb man.
It's only discombobulated. There's no combobulated.
No,
I don't,
because that is the standard. Combobulated is the standard. You don't mention it until it is no longer the standard.
My head hurts. I got to get away from this. And that's real. That's not AI. That's a real headache.
Yeah. Thanks, Timmy.
Yeah. Thanks, Timmy. Snoop D.O. documentary.
Yes.
Deadline.com brings us this. I think we've used them in the past.
Yes, we have. Jonathan
Davis with two S's.
Isn't that the guy from Korn?
Different guy.
Oh, because there's two S's in Davis.
Yes.
Davis
will star as Calvin Broadus, professionally known as Snoop Dogg.
Indeed.
In Universal's Craig Brewer directed biopic. Jonathan Davis will be Snoop. Best known for Outer Banks, Davis takes the lead role days after the studio set Craig Brewer to direct the film. It will be produced by Snoop Dogg, Brian Grazer, and Death Row Pictures president Sarah Ramaker. Davis hails from Houston, played the role of Pope in the Netflix young adult drama Outer Banks. In 2022, he starred in Netflix's Do Revenge opposite Sophie Turner, Maya Hawke, who I believe was in Stranger Things.
Yes, that's
and Austin Abrams.
Awful ass actor Ethan Hawke.
Ethan Hawke's daughter.
And Uma.
Previous credits for him include Age of Summer and Edge of the World. The film is a look at how Calvin Broadus Jr. entered into the West Coast hip-hop fray, taking the moniker Snoop Doggy Dogg, of which he later dropped the middle name because, he's an adult now. He's not a doggy. He's just a dog.
And Snoop he's no longer a lion.
No. Snoop brought his laid-back, drawling delivery and sharp lyrics to Death Row Records, where he worked with Dr. Dre on his smash debut album, Doggy Style. Still one of the best albums ever put out.
Yeah, that's an excellent album.
He broadened...
Missionary, on the other hand.
Not so good. Into other platforms to the point he might well be seen rubbing elbows with Martha Stewart, of course, or getting in the pool with Michael Phelps during the Paris Olympics, where he became one of the high points of that Olympiad on both NBC and Peacock. The film is the first project under Death Row Records or Death Row Pictures' overall deal with NBC Universal Entertainment and Studios as the label moves into motion pictures. Numerous of Snoop's recent forays are tied to NBC Universal. He will be once again returning to The Voice in the fall, reclaiming his red chair as a judge or whatever they call themselves.
Whatever they call him, mentor
for season 28.
Are there any A-pop artists on there?
No. I don't think they can push the button to turn the chair around. Snoop Dogg film becomes Universal's third outing about the formative stories of hip-hop icons. The others included 8 Mile and Straight Outta Compton, two movies that did pretty fucking well.
Yeah, they didn't do bad.
Universal SVP Production Development Ryan Jones and Director of Development Tony Ducrette will oversee the project for the studio. So be on the lookout for Jonathan Davis.
Yes. All the Davises.
As Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, I'll check that out. I'm big on biopics, especially if they are people that I'm very familiar with, hip hop artists or, some actors or, somebody who I have a vested interest in already. Right.
Yes.
I'm not going to go look for one about somebody who I don't really care about in the first place. Because
did you see Oppenheimer?
I did not. And it wasn't because I didn't want to see it.
Is it because you didn't have 3 hours to kill?
Yeah. Not in 2 years or whatever since it's been out.
It's a good movie. It's a good biopic. And Cillian Murphy's great. And the only reason I ask is because I actually just saw it on Peacock the other night. And I almost clicked on it, but I was like, I don't think I have 3 hours that I'm going to be awake.
I also believe it's on Plex.
I'm sure it is. Yes.
As are many
a lot of things on Plex. We go from Snoop Dio documentary to piss poor product cure.
Yes. So
which
we were speaking of turds earlier, and now if you got piss poor product, we have the cure.
And the cure is, according to foxbangor.com out of Bangor, Maine.
It is.
The cure is Too Short, who is now, he's got the win-win solution to get hip-hop music popping again by having all the new rappers comb through his catalog and discover a classic sound of their own. The Oakland OG tells TMZ Hip Hop that veteran gatekeepers and freshman artists both need to do some soul searching about the piss poor product they've been pumping out and the repetitive subject matter that gives rap a bad rap. It's kind of funny hearing a fan shout out Too Schwartz, trademark biatch, from the street as he complains about rap's misogyny, but he sees the writing on the wall. Too Schwartz warns if originality doesn't kick in ASAP, and you can't, by the way, say his name any other way now.
No.
Hip-hop music will find itself going the way of the dinosaur, but assures us that his discography will be the gift that keeps on giving. And again, as we discussed before, when you buy a Too Short record, you know what you're getting.
Yes.
Alongside producers such as Ant Banks and QD3, Too Short shaped his albums to be layered like Parliament Funkadelic and has seen his master plan work in real time. He tells us about the time he met a young producer named Excellence, tasked to produce a record from a Too Short sample, but was unfamiliar with his music.
That's crazy.
By the time Excellence figured it out, he had a winner with rapper Shauna's Gettin' Some, derived from Too Short's seminal song, which we have used in Bill Reed's lyrics many times. Blowjob Betty. He says the projects he's releasing in 2025 will also break up the boredom in the culture. His Freaky Tales film and Sir Too Short Volume 1 are out. Volume 2 will be a joint project with Little John dropping next month, while Volume 3 will tackle the recent events in his life. He also added his 2 cents to the debate spawned from the complex best LA rapper list that everyone seems to hate, hedging on the conspiracy theory that Ice Cube, Tupac, and Kendrick are the same rap clone because their Gemini birthdays are in succession of one another.
That's going a little deep into your conspiracy theory.
Yeah, it sounds like something Ye would have come up with.
No. Ye would.
Ye would have come up with, yes. So, yes, if you want to cure the ills of hip hop, just run it through a Too Short filter and maybe it'll
run amok.
That's twice we've made that. Sampled speech is our next article.
Yeah, so we were talking about Timmy earlier, dumping everybody's work into his supercomputer. This is a little bit different. This is, we mentioned De La. De La got in trouble for all the samples they used, and Biz got in a lot of trouble for all the samples he used, and Beastie Boys got away with it somehow. But this is a little bit different type of sampling.
Yeah. The estate of Dr. Khalid Muhammad is now going after Public Enemy, Ice Cube, and more over unlicensed samples, targeting several hip-hop artists who have sampled the words of the late activist. His estate wants compensation. They're going after PE, Ice Cube, as well as major record labels for allegedly using unlicensed samples of his words without payment. In turn, the estate is seeking $5 million, Mookie, per infringement, in addition to the coverage of legal fees and a permanent injunction to halt further use, according to a new report. They previously filed a similar lawsuit against Tupac's estate over the song White Man's World. The attorney representing the estate, Malik Zulu Shabazz, said these lawsuits are not an attack on Public Enemy, Tupac's family, or D'Angelo. They are about accountability. The record labels and music corporations exploited Khalid Muhammad's voice for profit, just like they've done to the black artists whose song featured him. Most of these artists don't even own the rights to their own music. They've been exploited too. Among the songs in question are D'Angelo and the Vanguard's 1,000 Deaths, as well as Public Enemy's Night of the Living Bassheads.
It was a night.
More tracks by Ice Cube, Common, and Black Thought. The estate wants any documentation proving there were licensing or royalty agreements with Muhammad. Now, who was Khalid Muhammad? He was a popular activist who served as a prominent figure in the Nation of Islam in the 1980s. Dr. Louis Farrakhan removed him from his position in the organization after an infamously controversial speech at Keene College in 1993, and he died unexpectedly of a brain aneurysm in 2001 at the age of 53.
There are not many expected brain aneurysms that I'm aware of.
No. Shabazz further argued Muhammad's contributions helped fundamentally shape the legacy of the records in question. Khalid Muhammad should have received proper credit on those iconic records. His legacy matters. These funds will be used to fulfill his mission through schools, books, training academies, and documentaries about his life and message. Shabazz concluded by targeting President Orange Man Donald Trump. Trump cut funding for African-American institutions, so the family is building their own. This is about mission, not just money. The industry has profited off his words for decades. The era of exploitation ends now. My question is this.
Okay.
If these samples that they're taking, if they were not in published recordings,
right?
What if it was just some video that somebody took of a speech? I mean, at that point,
it is, it is still his words and his voice. It's still his words,
but
so at the very basic level of intellectual property, it is he wrote the speech, he spoke the words. Whatever somebody else does with them has to go through him because it is his. That is at the very, very basic level.
At the crux of it, I get that.
Right.
But at what point does it become a legal thing? I mean,
when somebody
the minute
makes
I say
famous
something,
from
it's not. It's the minute I say something. I mean, I use the same words everybody else uses.
Yes, but you put them together differently. In a prepared speech.
Yeah, because otherwise it's plagiarism.
Right. So it becomes an issue when someone else makes money off of it and you see that they made money off of you and you got nothing from it. That's when it becomes an issue.
I get that, but
that's really the only.
With samples of music, I understand you have to go through the record label,
right,
and say, "Look, I want to use this. You have it. What do I need to do to?"
Yes.
In a case like this, there's no record label or anything. I mean, they just go to his family.
Yes, that is. Nobody's going to research to find out all of that information, but yes, that is whoever owns the estate of the someone famous enough for you to pull their voice for. If you know who it is, like, okay, for example,
do you think Third Base cleared that Charlie McCarthy and Edgar Bergen bit?
No, but do you think that they would get in trouble for it today?
Probably.
Right. Now, Third Base is not putting out music anymore, so it's chasing money that's not there. Public Enemy is fucking Public Enemy. You know, Ice Cube is Ice Cube. They are still doing things. They are still making money. They are still prominent. And the family can see that and say, okay, well, fuck, we're going to go get our money because they're still making money. If somebody were to take part of our conversation here and put it on a record as whatever,
and we found out about it, I guess we would have legal recourse.
Right. Would we take that? Probably not. But we're nobodies.
I could use the cash.
Yeah.
if they think we're good enough to
sample,
to use.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But how many samples of Malcolm X speeches are out there on records?
Tons. Did
they go through the family? Did they go through an estate? Did they just put it on there and hope that nobody said anything? I don't know. So I think a lot of it in words and comedy routines and whatever is they think this is so small and this is such a niche thing. They're not going to come after us. I think that's a lot of it. So they don't look into it. Like De La, when they re-released their music, there's an Eddie Murphy quote that is not in the song anymore.
No, because when they did the re-release, they had to take it out.
Yep, because he said
now, this
no.
has been going on with this thing since at least back to April. I just took a look. The first time they filed anybody was on Tupac's estate, and that was back on April 3rd. So,
anybody in the audience ever been hit by a car? It's not there.
I have.
Yeah, I know.
And I recorded a show that night.
You did. You were late, but
in fact, I believe the title of the show was Bill was hit by a car.
Yeah, or by an old woman or something like that. Yeah, it's out there.
It was a long time ago, but yeah, I was hit by a car in a parking lot.
Yep.
Anyway, very interesting legal drama unfolding and legal questions on this. At the very base of it, I understand 100% where you're coming from because it's no different from any other sample.
Right. It's no different than an A-pop artist.
But I mean, if it's not on a recording, if it was just on something, say somebody took a video of us giving a speech.
Right.
And they clipped that video and sent our recording to, XYZ. And XYZ uses it.
Not YZ.
Who would we go after? Would we go after XYZ? Would we go after the guy with the camera? Would we go after both? I don't know. I guess we
would go after
why
XYZ's production company.
That's why, I guess that's why there's lawyers making money that they do.
Yeah. There's an entire
especially if we
division
put a
sampling.
sign up on this thing saying no recording. So
I guess that's why they call it the blues.
Yep. You mean I'm going to jail for a long time and all I got to show for it is a recording of a fat kid eating popcorn?
Indeed.
Wait, what? No, that's the name of the next article.
Yes, it is.
Wait, what? Hip Hop DX brings us this. X to the Z is claiming that Party Up, and we all know Party Up.
We do.
Y'all gonna make me lose my mind.
Indeed.
Up in here. Exhibit, that's a diss track aimed at Corrupt of the Dog Pound.
Yeah, I had no clue.
Speaking to Effective immediately, the West Coast legend said that X used the track to respond to Corrupt's jabs on calling out names. Boy, that's an old one.
I had to find it.
He explained, I think what was crazy was when I found out that Party Up was the answer to calling out names. Party Up was his response to Corrupt. Your girl's a hoe, you're broke, the kid ain't yours, and everybody know.
Yeah, and he said he was talking about Foxy Brown.
Yep, he said they were fighting over Foxy. We need to do a hip hop 101. Like, did y'all remember this?
No.
I did not know that either. On calling out names, Corrupt took specific aim at DMX, rapping, motherfuck D, motherfuck M, only X I know is Exhibit or RBX. Extraordinary, trying to snatch my bitch. You can have the bitch, 2 bitches getting rich. Just to come to the West Coast and get stripped down, beat to death, and stripped all over a bitch.
Yeah. Oh.
He said at the time, my thing was personal. I was engaged to Foxy Brown. DMX and Foxy did their little thing, and I got offended. Corrupt later said to Bootleg Kev after X had passed, I was in my feelings and I was really upset the whole experience with this young lady. Just upset, period, at the way I was treated. I just let off some steam.
Is that Bootleg Kevin Van Buren?
The legendary. People will pump you up if you allow them to. I could say a lot of people told me things I took to heart. This person said this person said that. DMX was just the straw that broke the camel's back to where my anger was. I just let it all go. and X,
Elsa.
He later confirmed that he and DMX managed to squash their beef, which, if you listen to last week, we didn't touch on that beef.
We did not, because we were unaware. We got all the way down to Too Short and Kimmy Fresh. But we did not get into this because we were unawares that this was a thing.
Yes. And just when you think you've seen all the beef, there's more beef.
Bill's showing
even
people
if
his beef.
It's all learning experiences, he said. Like right now, me and Earl are very good, cool friends, of course.
Not now.
At the time, that they squashed I seen him in the airport. We squashed our differences. I found out he's a good person. And then, of course, he's a good Nickelback. That Nickelback is a good Nickelback.
Indeed.
You could have just stopped and said, I found out he's a good person. You really didn't have to throw that other part in there. We had a good talk, had a couple shots. It was real cool. I was like, wow. I met D and Wah. These are some good Nickelbacks. We all just tried to get this money, feed our families, and make some good music. One of you did.
Yeah.
DMX made some good music.
He did. He's got a new album coming out too.
That's the only line in that song that's
so it's not a diss track.
Considered a diss track. It's a diss line.
Yes.
Because the whole song ain't a diss track.
No. Up in here.
And now, new school news.
Pride Month.
It is. Nicki Minaj is forced to deny being gay over a photo shoot.
So normally I would say, and that's enough of that shit. I have a quick question. Why was she forced to admit that she's not gay?
I don't know, because a fan speculated that a photo of her in a closet signified her being secretly gay. And her response was, no.
Right.
So that was the most I've ever gotten into a new school news article. Yeah. I will say that I never thought Nicki Minaj was gay, but looking at the pictures, I can definitely see where people might think she is an AI artist because she does not look real.
And happy Father's Day to you, Jason.
Happy Father's Day, Jason. Thank you very much. We are going to take our first break of the day.
We are.
And when we come back, we're going to have a couple of pieces of woo news. Then we're going to get into some music.
We're going to try.
Mr. Throwback Thursday, episode 594.
Play it on the radio. Play for Globe.
Hey, my name is MC Globe, the GLOBE of the Soul Sonic Force MCs, and you're listening to Bill and Jamie on the one and the only classic hip-hop podcast that really matters, Mr. Throwback Thursday. Keep looking for the perfect beat, y'all. Keep rocking the planet, because you're a renegade of funk. It's a frantic situation, and I'm going to keep on playing that beat, Mr. DJ, because the beat don't stop.
One, two. What's good, yo? This is Ghostface, straight from Staten Island, New York. And right about now, it's time for Woo News with Jamie and Bill. Y'all know what it is. Get it correct. Mr. Throwback Thursdays, Jamie and Bill. You know what I mean? On Woo News. That's what's going down right now. Y'all check this out. Exclusive. Peace.
The RZA, the Jizza, Raekwon, Master Killer, Inspector Deck, You God, Method Man, Ghostface Killer, and Old Dirty Bastard.
It's now time for Woo News with Mr. Throwback Thursday.
Shimmy, y'all.
Welcome back, Mr. Throwback Thursday, episode 594. And once again, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I had to turn off the offstage feed so I don't hear the echo again. Once again, it is time for Woo News. And we have two pieces of Woo News for you this week. Our first one comes to us from our friends at Hot New Hip Hop. And you have called this the Purple Documentary.
Yes. That's two documentaries in one show.
Hot New Hip Hop says that Raekwon's documentary on Only Built for Cuban Links with Toast Face Grilla now has gotten a trailer. The Purple Tape Files is what it's called.
Yes.
Will feature appearances from Raekwon, Toastface, RZA, Nas, Kendrick Lamar, Clifford Smith Jr., professionally known as, and many, many more.
Many more.
Raekwon, with the help of fellow Wu-Tang Clan members Ghostface Grilla and RZA, has laid claim to one of hip-hop's undisputable classic albums. We have talked about Only Built for Cuban Links many times.
We have.
The Purple Tape Files coming out is a documentary that gets a peek behind that record for its 30th anniversary celebration. Per Complex, a new trailer for the documentary released over the weekend, fans are very excited. It features appearances from all three aforementioned Wu members, reflecting on the album's creation, context, quality, and impact. Other special guests include Clifford Smith Jr., professionally known as
T-H-O-D, man.
Busta Rhymes, Busta Rhymes,
Indeed.
The Alchemist, Ninth Wonder, DJ Premier, Fat Joe, Charlemagne the God, Peter Rosenberg, Nas, Nori, Snoop Dogg, Kendrick Lamar, Sleazy.
Not Jonathan Davis's.
No, not Jonathan Davis's. Sneepy, Sleazy, Sleepy, Sneezy, Doc, Dopey.
Yes.
Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, Vixen, everybody else, and Savion Glover.
As you've never seen me on him before.
Peppa as Boo.
Indeed.
Does not yet have a release date. All announcements and promotions indicate that it's coming soon. For those curious about the title, it refers to the purple coloring of the cassette tapes for the classic album.
Yes.
So it says also, you may notice that this trailer footage and editing style suggest it was filmed, edited, and prepared years ago. We'll see if there's any recent updates to the documentary for it, or if it's just finally seeing the light of day. So we shall see. And I'm anxiously awaiting this one to come out too, because anything with the Wu is usually must watch, which, by the way, Gail went to the Wu concert.
She did.
And we will have to get firsthand knowledge of the Wu concert. And she bought the mug.
She did. And conducted a Gail on the Street interview.
Conducted a Gail on the Street interview, yes, which we may very well. Of course, we'll have to clear the sample of the audio from Gail because it is hers, because it's spoken word. And we don't want to get sued.
She did post it on that's a private page. The Posse's a private page.
It's a private page. So if we can use the Gail on the Street interview, which I think should be the name of a new segment, Gail on the Street.
All right. You've all seen it. We have permission right here.
Screenshot.
Yep.
Let's see. Do we have to find you, God, is the next article.
This is a legitimate question.
Hip Hop DX brings us this. Wu-Tang have a new video game for the first time in 25 years. The legendary rap group previously released Wu-Tang Shaolin Style.
Yeah, it's right over
in
there.
1999, which you have.
A number.
They've announced a cooperative action RPG called Wu-Tang Rise of the Deceiver, which allows up to 4 players to join together to protect their home of Shaolin.
To protect their neck.
Over the course of the game, the player is required to find each member of the Wu-Tang Clan, all of whom have gone missing.
Yes.
The game is said to be a mix of Afro-surrealism and anime, and is confirmed to have soundtrack made up of Wu-Tang classics as well as new tracks produced by Just Blaze.
And brought to you by Toast Face Grilla.
Rise of the Deceiver is also a tie-in to RZA's horror film Angel of Dust, which has been in development since 2019. Toastface said in a statement, creating Angel of Dust has been an incredible journey. Bringing the story to life through film was just the beginning. Now with the development of the video game, we are immersing fans even deeper into this supernatural thriller universe. It's about blending music, storytelling, and interactive experience. I can't wait for fans to step into the darkness and discover what lies beneath.
Rise of the Deceiver. So
be on the lookout. They haven't announced the release date yet, but when we find out, we will let you know.
Yeah.
You, God, once we find him, he's still going to suck. That's not a story. That's just facts.
As I said, do we really have to find him? Because
if we find ODB, is he going to be dead? That I don't know.
One never knows.
But in real life, he is unalive. So
he is. Sorry.
And there you are.
Here I am. Am I here?
So that's it for Woo News. Let's get to some music, shall we?
Yeah.
Let's do a one and done.
Don't mind me.
A one and done that came out in 1995.
A number.
And it is, I believe, a true one and done because I don't see any others by this.
I think so. I did some digging, but this is the only thing I could find.
The artist, 2BMF.
I'm going to say that's bad motherfuckers, but
I would
I'm
say
not
so.
Sure.
And oddly enough, the real name is Michael Siegel. Aliases are DJ Mike Jewish. The members are Jorge Jaramillo and Keith Rosenberg. So there's 3 of them, but they're 2BMF.
Yes. One of them is not so B.
No. And the name of this record is Caucasian Bass Invasion.
It is. Yes, and the first one, although he's not here to tell me, I would consider it an intro
because the title is a synonym.
Yeah, and it's 8 seconds long.
So track number 1, 8 seconds, goes into track number 2, 46 seconds, which goes into track number 3. It's called It's the Beginning, then Bass Alert, then I Like What I Feel. Yes, I am echoing.
It's the beginning. 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 It's the beginning.
This is a test of the emergency broadcast system. Had there been an actual emergency, your local station, in conjunction with the relevant federal authorities, would have broadcast the following pre-recorded announcement.
This is Sexy Jessie reporting to you live from Studio Center. This is not a test. I repeat, this is not a test. This is an actual emergency. Word has it that 2 Caucasians have been seen leading a convoy of low-riding bass freaks through the streets of Miami, chanting the name 2BMF. Beware, they're cute, but dangerous. Keep in mind, this is not your ordinary bass.
Am I the only one hearing some Luke going on there?
No, not at all. Yeah. Track number 4, Good to Be the King.
Speaking of Spaceball.
Good to be the king. Yes. Mel Brooks, 98 years old.
Bugging, always moving something. Got a Mac Daddy long and hair full of target. So here it come, here we go. I got stuff, flow. Can you dig it? Yippity, 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 yeah, yippee, yo. I think again, well, of course I am the man. And if I can't do it, hell, then no one else can. So play it again, Sam, play it again, and shrimp up some speakers. Jeepers, creepers. Sorry, Charlie, but ain't nobody telling me how to do things.
Why does that sound like the White Fushnikins?
Yeah. And it's a surprise because, you know, they're looking kind of like Brett Baer on the cover here, but you know, it's had a Bullworth feel. But they weren't bad at all. No. I mean, you guys are only on track 4 and only 2 of them had lyrics so far, but I listened to the whole thing. I kind of dig the album, especially for the time period.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, I have to look in and see what they're doing now. Go ahead.
Track number 5, Booty Up, subtitled Way Up Version.
Bootiest Randy. So if you like the Miami bass sound, I mean, and they tell you it's the Caucasian bass invasion, so you should not be surprised by what you're getting. But you know, it's very, very
Miami
live
bass.
Yeah.
Track number 6, 53 seconds long, Memories.
Doesn't matter that the color of the cover is white, that I was born with the same skin that gave me life. Ran with the mark of no soul within a bright. Wrong once again, but it's crap. Eyes piled up. Who is it now that's shaking your boy wonder? The beast.
Yeah. Who is it? Oh, come in, man. Yo, what's going on, dude?
Yo.
Yeah, at first when I heard that, I was like, "What the? Who's knocking on the door?"
Who's knocking
Track
on my
number
door?
7, Bass Time.
Not FaceTime.
No,
but bass.
Past your bass time.
Gonna do it right. Gonna do it right. Gonna do it right.
Y'all ready?
Bam, 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 bam.
track number. I think we're up to 9.
Could be.
La Flaca.
No, 8.
8. That's 8. 1, 2,
Yeah.
Yes, that's 8. La Flaca, which I believe is skinny.
It's Le Flea, Le Fleur.
The girl is wild, stacked with all that back. You just look at you and see she's all that. Squeeze into one lean, mean love machine. I'm always out of work up a good steam, so I can make my baby purr. Yeah, love to hear that come from her, cause I like knowing I'm in. I'll forever be able to rub on that Latin skin and work that slim just as much as I like. I wanna take a...
Track number 9 is 17 seconds long. It goes into track number 10. That's Funk With You into Dibby Dibby DJ.
Anything like Bitty Bitty Bop?
Love you, we know we don't have that much time to really funk with you. Oh, even though we love you, we know we don't have that much time to really funk with you. Funk with you.
Why does it sound like Jumpman in Donkey Kong? So obviously it's Dibby Dibby DJ. We should know, but that was the 1995 mandatory DJ track.
Yes. So far, I don't hate this record, man.
That's what I say. It's nothing super. I was never big on Miami bass, but
no, but that one had good scratching and everything in it. That's what I like in my classic hip hop. I like a good DJ work. I like good scratching. You know, this one sounds a little dirty. Track number 11. Yes, itching for a scratch. Track number 11. Push in the Bush.
So that's those baked beans, right?
Hey, ladies, which way you like it best?
And I believe that is probably all of the lyrics.
I think it probably is. Track number 12, Me Run Things.
swingy before we have lunch. Sure, darling. Say, Romeo, what about your promise to the He-Man Woman Haters Club? I'm sorry, Spanky. I have to live my own life.
It's not very often that you get a Alfalfa Schweitzer and Spanky McFarlane.
No, when I heard the Little Rascals, I immediately thought, the last time I heard Little Rascals on a record, the second time we've mentioned Third Base today. Track number 13, Booty People. We know plenty of people we would describe as booty.
I definitely know one. He used to play for the Knickerbockers.
In this time and space.
In this time and space.
When the booty needs of the world are great.
When the booty needs of the world are great.
When the booty of past generations.
When the booty of past generations.
Has become ancient and insufficient.
Has become ancient and insufficient.
When loose booty is so hard to find.
When loose booty is so hard to find.
There exists a need for booty.
There exists a need for booty people.
Loose booty. You can't just go around with loose booty.
Whose booty? It definitely sounds like it could be a cool Keith song.
Yeah, it definitely does.
People are so
Track
ashy.
number 14, Shake That Thang.
Uh-oh.
With an A. It's a thang, not a thing.
Strip it down, strip it down.
What was that Booty Up, Strip It Down version, or was that Shake That Thang?
That was Booty Up, Strip It Down version.
Do you have Shake That Thang?
I do. I don't know why it jumped it.
Okay. So that was track number 15. We're going to go back to 14.
Yeah.
Shake That Thang. That makes better sense.
Said like an ice cube on my thing. Okay,
track
player.
Number, what are we up to? 16
We'll go to
now.
16,
Who's the master? That's a good question.
Show enough.
I'm gonna stand on your flush it. All night long, she want it all night long. Not to know all night long, she want it all night long. All done strong, she want it all done strong. Not to know all done strong, she want it all done strong. I hear girl, them no one just no want no 5 minute man. No, 5 minute man, no want no 5 minute man. No, girl, them no one just no want no 10 minute man. No, 10 minute man, no want no 10 minute man. No, they want a man who can stand for the long. No, they want a man who do it all night long.
They want a man who do it all night long.
Track number 16. It's my rhyme. Hold it now.
Down the line. Pow, pow, bang, boom. I aim to kill. Then tickety tacky clock, the king of the hills. I'm the super duper, oopa duper trooper, just like an oompa loom. Zip zippity doo.
Wow, let's take a look at that there. We're gonna say, ooh, Fushnikers did what? Ooh, Das Fex did what? Let's do some of that.
I think we're up to 18 now.
We are.
Who's that kid?
Not who's that girl.
And that's only 17 seconds long. So that's going to go into 19, which is BASS, which I believe spells bass.
Kid with the SB1200, they forever go together with a bass drum thumping. Rockin' funky rhythms to a sound that's pumping. Oh,
The bass is low.
In case you were wondering what bass sounded like, it was boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, that's pretty good remnants of bass there.
Bass. Yes.
Number 20. I'm dogging you.
Those in the house. Gotta do it doggy style. Let me hear all the doors in the house. Gotta do it doggy style. Let me hear all the doors in the house. Gotta do it doggy style. Let me hear go doors. Doggy style. Doggy style. Doggy style. Doggy style. Buck 'em wild. Buck 'em wild. Buck 'em wild. Buck 'em wild. Doggy style. 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 Buck 'em wild. That's machine.
They definitely do have a pattern, don't they?
They do.
Track number 21. Witness the Strength.
That would be the strength of our bass.
I was going to say, that didn't sound overly strengthy. Track number 22 is 15 seconds long, called Y'all Ready. And then last track on the record, number 23, We Can Get Together.
About this mother. Hell yeah. Go ahead and shake that booty out. Go left. Go Mike. Go. Let's do it, man. Go Mike. Take that booty. Do it. It ain't nothing but do that booty. Take that booty. Do it. It ain't nothing but do that booty. Take that booty. Do it. It ain't nothing but do that booty. Take that booty. Do it. It ain't nothing but do
And do that. They ain't nothing but booty.
If I did that duty, I'd be in the bathroom.
Yes.
That is your one and done for episode 594, a record that was much better than it had any right to be. Two BMF.
No reason for that.
With Caucasian Bass Invasion. I quite literally enjoyed that a lot more than I anticipated at all. So
it is not the you're not looking at the cover art going, oh yeah, this is the one.
No, can't judge a book by the cover.
No.
Apparently can't judge an album by that either.
No, but
there were no singles.
The recording industry will be going forward. There are going to be awards for album cover art.
Capadonna will not win.
He will not.
I will put that on whatever betting site you have.
Bet 365 now because
yes, which by the way, I'm going after today. I'm going to do that because actually, I have to wait until the Stanley Cup Finals are over.
Yeah. Well, also make sure it's available. I don't know what states it's available in.
I see commercials for it all the time. Okay. I'm sure it's here. Anyway, that was your one and done. That was 2 BMF with Caucasian Bass Invasion. No charting action and no singles, of course, because it's just not the kind of record that has that sort of thing. But as I said, better than it had any right to be.
Yeah, it's got a lot of doom.
Record of the week time. Our record of the week comes from an artist that you have definitely heard of.
Yes.
And it is a record that came out 2 days ago.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go out on a limb and say there's no singles released yet and no charting action. But this is released June 13th, 2025 on 7 Wallace and Mass Appeal Records.
Say Violetta Wallace?
Violetta Wallace, no. She just died.
Yes.
This is the newest release from Legendary. artist Slick Rick, and it is called Victory. I have 15 tracks on this record.
As do I. It would be very, very strange if we had conflicting information when it was 2 days old.
And John will be very happy because it has the word in the title. Track number 1, 23 seconds long, is called Victory Intro. And then it goes to track 2, which is Slick Rick and Gigs with Stress.
Victory, an act of defeating an enemy or opponent in a battle, game, or other competition. Success, triumph, conquest, win. Victory.
What's up, Idris? You look sad. What's wrong? Stress. I hear you. Stressed. Me too. Check it out. Stressed. On me, so hungry, I'm lonely. Console me, crony. Nigga, I'm stressed. Bring that ass finger, lick and make that ass wiggle. Little kinda sad here in Britain. I'm stressed. Bring that black power.
He is stressed.
Track number 3, Angelic.
Blessed is the meek, for they will inherit the earth. Blessed is the pure, for they will see the great good. Lottie-dottie, quick daddy, come shake me. Another rumble in this bitch daddy. Once hit chords, till you want another hit poppy. Quick to stitch. Who told me I should quit daddy? Form abroad, body start dip daddy. Holy shit, kid, time this bitch daddy. All the force, who's sexy than a bitch daddy. Last of all, angelic type of hit daddy. Crash me car. When I was young, was exciting and fun to live on, but something's happening. And what is that, son? Not good for men to be standing examined.
Even as he's gotten older, his voice is still smooth as fucking silk, man. Track number 4, Foreign.
Music, Junior. Grandpa, check out what I did with your song. Hey, oh, we are the record. 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 1, 2. Leave it home and crease it for me. Yes, Pa. Leave it home, they sleeping on me. Here we are, come again. Keep it on me, feet get lonely. Rubber duck, ma, something. Jesus told me easy on me. Like, here's some more from. Leave it home and crease it for me. Golly, Wally, hear me, homie. Keep it home, sleeping on me. Hollering and cheer for me. Keep it on me, feet get lonely. Gun scar. Jesus told me easy on me. You've gone far.
Track number 5 is the Steve Urkel track. I Did That.
I am British. I am Jamaican. I am American. I am what I am. From South London to New York. I did that. The eye patch, a unique look. Pirate type stuff, you know? I did that. I flipped being blind into a luxury brand. MC Ricky D to Slick Rick, icon, fashionista, storyteller. I did that. Sample.
He did that.
He did.
Track number 6. Come On, Let's Go. Sounds like an old Richie Valens song.
I know, right?
Hey, yo, shout out to my 7 wildest team in the family. Team Matt Patch, Ricky D, Mandy, I'm Chaos, Harry, let's go.
Man, this party is jamming, kid. Come on, let's go, Rick. Work, kid. Shame I gotta go to work in a few hours. Shit, I hear you, fam. Just when shit was getting hot, too. Come on, let's go, Rick. Party hype, now that's more like. Though, can you believe, gotta leave? Why? Job early in the work, my junior. Patch still dipping, cat lit in. Having a good time, sipping a bit, checking a kid. Don't care about ring round, swings round. Hey, gets down, not a problem. Just hype off my...
Said, hey.
Track number 7, Landlord.
Kill, my landlord.
This goes out to all the landlords in New York City, all across the world, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? saying? It's kind of difficult. Crazy tennis and all this. You know what I'm saying? Easy, not easy. Gotta invest in some real estate, you know what I'm trying to tell you? Not easy. Check. Well, it's the first of the month, where the time went. Hello, you wanna give me my rent? You're 3 months behind, chick, I'm highly disappointed.
Don't befront me. As long as I get my money next Friday.
I like the feel of that one. Track number 8, 27 seconds long. Mother Teresa goes into track number 9, Spirit to Cry.
We the willing,
led by the unknowing,
are doing the impossible, for the ungrateful, We have done so much, for so long, with so little, that we are now qualified, to do anything, with nothing.
Victory.
Oh, yeah.
Track number 10 is Slick Rick with a special guest appearance from Nas, and it's called Documents.
Yeah, Slick. 008. 1964. Tell me. Now what's up, sis? What's the problem? Well, here's the file. Now they got me like a top agent shogun, watching me program. Like a hot nigga go from smash and explosion. Check the fabrics he worn from. Sass on the flow, get the documents from. Here we go. Now they got me like a top agent shogun, watching me program. Like a hot nigga go from smash and explosion. Check the fabrics he worn from. Sass on the flow, get the documents from. Here we go.
Get the documents open.
Track number 11. So You're Having My Baby. I see a lot of ladies in here tonight that should be having my baby.
Case number 04. Your Honor, we plead not guilty. So you having my baby. So she's having my baby. Yeah. So you having my baby. Reminding them niggas like I'm shining. Them niggas listen up. So she's having my baby. Yeah. Lighten up.
Baby.
Track number 12. 'Cause I'm Here.
I guess that's a good enough reason to be having his baby.
All right, fam, here we go again. This is Slick Rick. This is before I got married. You know what I'm saying, kids? Peace, wifey. Oh, yeah.
Victory.
Now, this party is jamming too, kid. What? Check out all these honeys in here. Cause I'm here for and her. Cause I'm here for and that one. Cause I'm here for and her. Cause I'm here. Cause I'm here for and her. Cause I'm here for and that one. Cause I'm here for
and that one. And that one.
Track number 13 is 12 seconds long. It's called Matrix, and then it goes into number 14, We're Not Losing.
Damn honey long strong. Anyway,
no. That one.
Morpheus. I think I saw a cat, and then was it the same cat or was it a different cat? I'm not sure. It might be a glitch. We're not losing, get moving. Lost morale of why you leave a footprint. Ass. The humanized man is supposed to be part your uncivilized planet. pastor. Out to be a nuclear disaster, these assholes. I say high class, though.
That was rude.
I was going to say, he threw assholes in there like it was nothing. Mm-hmm. Last track on the record, number 15, Another Great Adventure. I see what he did there.
Another great adventure. Another place me into. Another creepy adventure. Another great adventure. Another place me into.
Another place me into.
That is your record of the week. Victory by Slick Rick.
Yes.
What'd you think of it?
I like it. It's very Slick Rick. I mean, it's as far as Ricky's voice, his delivery.
Stylistically, he's gone a couple of different directions on here, but he kind of pulls them off more so than I think a lot of the other older school guys have been able to do.
Yes. Yeah. No, he's like Redman for me.
Mm-hmm.
You put Ricky on the track, you're getting everything that you know of Slick Rick. He's going to do different styles. He's going to do different delivery. It's still going to be that feeling of the Great Adventures of Slick Rick.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, he does it again. I mean, I'm all in.
Yeah. Yeah, I was after hearing the snippets on that. I'm ready for that to enter my library and get some good play. So Slick Rick with Victory, your record of the week for episode 594. Once again, just came out 2 days ago as we record. So there has been no singles released and no charting has come out since then. So I'm sure it will hopefully get some kind of love somewhere. 2BMF is your one and done with Caucasian Bass Invasion. Your artist of the month for June of 2025 is the Teacha, KRS-One.
Mm-hmm.
And go check out the KRS-One catalog during the month of June. Plenty to choose from there.
Some new stuff, which we will play you next week.
Absolutely. Before we take our final break, we do have an old to the new, to the old, to the somewhere in the middle, I think.
Yeah. So it was it.
We were discussing this the other day.
Yeah. Was it Fallen on Your Arse in 99? Was that the original?
Yes.
And then
the one that was never released, right?
No, but we have it.
Yeah.
It was. I think that was our first None and Done.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So there was that. And then there.
So that's what it is. It's an old to the new to the none. We've never had one of those.
A none to the new. I don't know, but no, he was then, he is current on Czarface album, making appearances.
Yeah.
He had, Mubush earlier this year.
Yes.
So, you know, he's something.
And we are talking about,
and he's right here.
Yes. And we are talking about the man hip hop knows as Frankie Pulitzer.
Yes, or Face Puller.
Or Face Puller.
Yes.
You know him by his acting name.
Tom Hardy.
I was going to say, I'm not going to spill the beans, but I'll spill the beans because we've said it before. It's Tom Hardy. The name of the old to the new to the none to the whatever. Frankie Pulitzer brings you Stank Nasty.
Yes. Not Dirt Nasty.
I was going to say, isn't that Simon Rex's alter ego? No, Stank Nasty.
Let's see what we can do here. I got to unmute you. All right. And to quote the great Slick Rick, here we go.
Check, yo. 1, 2, check, mic check.
Slushy.
1, 2, mic check. Yo. Take my shit, no way, no precedent. Check my check, yo, check my check, yo. Take my shit, no way, no precedent. Heaven sent strict discipline with the weapon when you become irrelevant. Then we kill him man for the hell of it. Yo, make no mistake, hot sharp like villain. Hopped out the whip like I flopped out of school, still cop me $1 billion. Fill the streets with my chillin'. Plenty women in here, drop down, give me 20 years for the killing. I'm about to bring them. Frankie got clear vision, foresight, rear sight like Hoogan, Moonin. Smash that, Papa only human. I pursue the flutes like Drew Sulu. Puke later, puke, that's cute. Pukes from the dread, feel puke, still steady. Running on that dude treadmill, spread bills. No special skills, no bread, no head on cue. I not like you. I cop my who's already paid dues. Hard Uzis, blocked it, stop 1-2. Kept the spare mag in the floozies, handbag. And I choose when I get out of bed on a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, never Monday. Monday is for Frankie. Frankie love Monday. Frankie only does Frankie on a Monday. Every other day's a fun day. Every day a weekend. We spend money on a steep end. Luxurious goods and items. Price tags that frighten most men to tighten their truffle. When they made muffin side Momo, make it known that they gush for. Something gold that gonna cost more than they own, then they got in there like a no credit won't stop. I better let her have it. If it's gonna keep it quiet, babe, grab it. Grab two. One is none, two is one. Chicka mic check, y'all. Mic check. Yo, I dig deep, sleep like a winner. Eat my dinner off the sideboard, never said how can I, too busy. Who is he? Hit the man with a plan. Can he stand the pressure? Yes, he can. So I need fixing, who need shifting? How I can rearrange the whole game from within the mainframe. Maintain composure, flow sustain, unloaded exposure. One and the same, release the beast from destruction. Internal combustion, keep the truck on the road without destruction. I'm the fucking mechanic of mechanics. Imagine the static ain't romantic. Commanding the panic, semantic. You panic, you can't understand it, so can it? Stand with the magic, I'm bang with the boss in a bitch and a toss across town traffic. You plan down well, it well tragic. Can it? I do this shit for a living. I breathe it, you fan it, you stand it, I live it. I give it to you to the need, also best believe it. I crew this ship, I rock a planet. I crew this ship, I rock the planet. I crew this ship, I rock the planet. I'm a captain now, understand it.
But now I'm about to witness the strength of street knowledge.
I'm going to say for the second time in probably 10 minutes, much better than it had any right to fucking be.
Yeah,
Frankie Pulitzer can go, man.
Yeah,
the face puller can pull your face off. That and the production on that was fucking top.
Yeah,
notch.
I think that's DJ Who Kid. I think,
yeah. Already made it into the library.
Nice.
Yeah, Frankie Pulitzer, Slushy, and DJ Who Kid.
Yeah,
so that was Stank Nasty, the newest song from Frankie Pulitzer, the face puller.
Indeed.
And that is your old to the new, to the none, to the whatever, because he's Frankie fucking Pulitzer and he has his own category.
Damn straight.
Artist of the Month, KRS-One. Record of the Week, Slick Rick's Victory. And your one and done, 2 BMF with Caucasian Bass Invasion. We're going to take our final break of the show. And when we come back, from what I understand, a more mild version of Bill Reed's lyrics on Mr. Throwback Thursday, episode 594.
The nest at the foot of the tree. One for the hype MC, the cool in me, the Kim, the coolin'. I'm a slave for no man.
What up, y'all? This is Cool Kim, aka NY All the Ideal. Hey, y'all remember me, man? Cool Kim, UMCs, Blue Cheese, all that, yeah, man. Well, I'm back, baby, and I'm chilling with Jamie and Bill on Mr. Throwback Thursday, the only old school classic hip hop show that matters. That's it, man. That's it.
But it starts with Bill.
I'm Bill S. Preston.
called reading. Top to bottom, left to right. Group words together as a sentence. Take Tylenol for any headaches. Midol for any cramps.
Most people probably don't listen to the lyrics, but they should.
Welcome to Bill Reads Lyrics.
The following segment of Bill Reads Lyrics is an educational discussion of artistic expression and creativity in modern music. This segment may contain explicit or offensive language. Sensitive individuals are discouraged from listening. The views and opinions within these lyrics are not necessarily those of Mr. Throwback Thursday or its hosts.
I got a little worried. I didn't hear it at first, but then all of a sudden it came in, and it came in like a rocket. Welcome back to Mr. Throwback Thursday, episode 594. It is indeed time for Bill Reads Lyrics.
It is.
And for Father's Day, hopefully it's not nearly as obnoxious as it normally is. But
So I may have lied.
Say la vie, say the old folks. I guess it shows you never can tell. So
yes,
would you be so kind, my friend? Are you going to send it to me in the new private chat that we're trying to figure out too?
We got to see how it works.
All right,
we'll
let's
come
do
over
it.
Here, and I'll come down here to the private Shazat, and I'll hit this button here, and I'll hit that button there.
And it well, look at that. I got it. No, it's not going to be bad. Jesus Christ. Where are we?
We are verse 1.
Verse 1.
Yes.
That's the chorus. Is it marked verse 1, or does it just start after chorus with "you want"?
That's the one.
Okay.
And apologies, because I believe everyone is going to get an echo from you, but I have to play the motherfucking piano while you're speaking, and I haven't quite figured out how to adjust that crap yet.
Okay.
So, with no type of ado, Sesame Street Grover Styley, whether nearer or further, we can still do further.
We figured that out.
We will cue. Oh, hold on. I got to put it on the screen. See, we will cue the motherfucking piano.
You want freestyle? That's right. The style is free. Nickelback's Suck My Dick, and they girls drink my pee. I'm on some S&M shit you can't get with. Pull your panties down on stage and watch you sweat quick. Suckers back to pull they style is transsexual. Lesbians dance with the funky heterosexual. You on the mic, and when you rhyme, I start to jerk off. Let my dog lick you German Shepherd, want to bust off. I tear your legs and spot MCs having anal sex. Step around like a Tampax and step up next. I enter New York, no problem with my dick out. California porno star. My ass, you can lick out, saying, what? With sperm dripping down your partner's butt. I see MCs in my face with their ass up. Let me put my cape on, my rubber, and my mask up. Not no horrorcore shit. This is porno-core. I'm in the club naked, man. I'm the fucking pro. Nickelbacks can't wax no ass. Girls should let them know.
Yay. Yay.
Happy Father's Day, everybody. Wow. Yeah, you threw us a curveball there.
I didn't want you to be prepared.
And I love the mentions in there. Happy Pride, by the way.
Yes, yes.
Wow. Hat's been changed, man.
Good. Then For the love of all things holy, take us the fuck home.
I don't think that word would have come to mind at all.
I don't know. You mentioned a few holies in the.
Oh, I did. Yes, a couple of them. One of them was, to quote our old to the new, stank nasty.
It was indeed.
Anyway, Mr. Throwback Thursday, episode 594, brought to you in part by Magic Mind.
Yes.
Mental performance shot. Get your Magic Mind at magicmind.com/throwback JUN. That is your code for the month of June. You get 20% for one-time purchases and up to 48% off for subscriptions with our code throwback JUN. If you want personal soliloquies about how good this stuff is, you can ask Jamie, you can ask me, you can ask Gail.
Yep.
We'll all tell you the benefits of the mental performance increase you get from using your Magic Mind on a daily basis. So get yourself some Magic Mind today.
And have yourself a sprinkle today.
I had my shot right as we went on air.
Yeah.
Def Rugs, defrugs.com, Facebook, Instagram, the artist formerly known as Twitter, currently known as X, all at Def Rugs, handmade high-quality hip-hop themed rugs brought to you by the original Rug E Fresh, Marshall Fox, and his business associate, the Green-Eyed Bandit, Eric Sermon.
Indeed.
Get yourself a rug and enjoy handmade, high-quality Def Rugs. Our good friend Heather Lent up in Schenectady, New York, the proprietor of the Bittersweet Candy Company, and that makes her... She makes candy and chocolate that is handmade, small batch, different, and
delicious.
And you can check them out on Facebook or order at bittersweetcandy.com. Use our code THROWBACK to save 10% off of your order at bittersweetcandy.com. Melted Mics, MLTDMICS.com. Melted Microphones, if you find the ads on Facebook.
Yeah.
Hip-hop themed t-shirts and other paraphernalia from the mind of our good friend Pumice T. Mendola. Go get yourself some Melted Mics merchandise today. Use our code MR Throwback Thursday and you'll save 10% off of that order at meltedmics.com.
Yes.
Don't forget the social media network for the show. Visit us at mrthrowbackthursday.com. That is the homepage for Mr. Throwback Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
You can go there. You can leave us a voice message by clicking that little microphone that follows you everywhere. It's called Hit Us Up. You can also follow us on our socials. Jamie is on Twitter at @the_MR_TBT. I am Bill_MR_TBT. That is also my Instagram handle. Jamie is at MR Throwback Thursday on the gram.
Yes.
We have a TikTok page where we post little snippets of the show and short videos at MR Throwback Thursday. We post those as well as the live feed of the show on our YouTube channel at MRTBT. If you are watching on YouTube, we thank you very much. We offer the opportunity for you to click that subscribe button and the little bell that notifies you whenever we are live. So go do that now, and you'll know when Mr. Throwback Thursday is spewing their knowledge and their ridiculousness all over your internet.
But wait,
so,
let me try something.
He's going to try something.
Yeah. Look, you can scan. No, other way. This code right here, this QR code, you can scan that. And theoretically, it should take you to subscribe on the tube there. I can't hear you because you're not in this one. Hold on.
Well, I hope that works. So
I can add you there. Look at this. I can move you all over the place. I can add you.
Yeah,
to the
look
scene,
at that.
Put you over here.
See, I like that. Oh, put you here, put you there. Where am I? Here I am. You know it. You know.
There, I can just add you wherever, and then you still have
the QR code is visible.
It's right.
So give that a scan and get yourself
and
subscribed.
Tell me if it works.
Yeah,
because this is a new toy, and we don't quite know how everything works yet.
So yes, let us know, and let us know if you subscribe. We should do a contest soon with some prize vault stuff for all new YouTube subscribers.
We should do that.
If you're a new YouTube subscriber, subscribe. Send us a little message through YouTube on one of our
comment on something
on this video for this show.
One?
Yes. So if you are a new YouTube subscriber, just click in the comments, subscribed, and we will enter those names into a drawing for something out of the prize vault.
Yeah.
How's that sound? We got stuff. So there, I've thrown that out.
Hey.
There you have it. So now that we've got that out of the way, you can also follow us on Facebook at Mr. Throwback Thursday and home of the TBT Posse, the two original pages. Check us out on itsfreshradio.com and the Fresh Radio app for your phone, where you can get the world premiere of each episode of our show after the live recording, of course, at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Wednesday nights before it comes out on Throwback Thursdays. You can also check
Throwback Thursday on a Way Back Wednesday.
Yes. You can also send us emails if you wish at mrthrowbackthursday@gmail.com. It is shout outs time.
Yay.
We're going to give shout outs to the lady who attended the Wu-Tang concert at, I believe it was Amalie Arena down there. You were in Tampa, I think, right, Gail?
Yes.
Yes. So I think that's still known as Amalie Arena. So Gail Dunmeyer and the mug that made its appearance.
Yes.
And she sent me a nice picture of Brian holding the mug.
Nice.
In front of a picture of Ryan McDonough on the wall. So that's how I know it was the Lightning Arena. So Gail and Brian today get a shout out. Manny Baez, Sarah Henderson, John Henderson, Hugo Gonzalez, Sanket Patel, Clay Arsenault, the Shrieking Warrior, Jennifer Buchanan, Jason Heath, who popped on to say hello before, Jessica Walker, Shane Hatley, Ahoy Mateys, Captain Ricky Schnarr, who had a birthday. Happy birthday, Captain. Mr. Cranky Pants, Brian Hollenbeck, the legendary Kevin Van Buren, Robert Jeffroy, Win with Ken Elsfelder, Kate Harvey, Catherine Liska, Wanda Calamia and Gunther, and Lion Linwood L. They get mentioned every week because...
I got 5 on it.
Or more.
You want to get your name mentioned every week? Become a patron. Go to patreon.com/MRTBT or mrthrowbackthursday.com, Mr. Throwback Thursday's website. And there's a little link on there that says become a patron. And if you want to get your name shouted out any other way, start your own damn show. Don't forget our friends, as always. Check out 1980s Now with Will, Kat, and John. Check out Anthony, Imran, and Rugboy over at Jock and Nerd Podcast. Check out Talking Thai on What's the Word Podcast with Brooklyn Thai NYC. The hardest working turntablist in the world is DJ B. He's our good friend. He is on the aforementioned It's Fresh Radio and the Fresh Radio app for your phones, where we provide him the exclusive world premiere of our show every week at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Wednesday nights. You can also jump in on Wild One Radio at wildoneradio.com. That's at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Thursdays, and you can hear us there too. Don't forget to subscribe, rate, review. You can actually hear us on, what is it, Throwback 93 in New Orleans.
Yeah, I'd have to go back and look now. Damn it.
Which I knew we were on iHeart.
Right.
I didn't know we were linked to any specific radio station's website, which was kind of cool. So we thank them very much for featuring us as a featured podcast on their subdivision page. So
K242CE. So that is Throwback 96.3
out of New Orleans, Louisiana.
Yes.
And we didn't even have to show our boobs to get on there. So
we did not.
And no beads. So that's good.
Or Timberland's AI artist.
No. Our tatas. That's right. Otherwise, you can subscribe, rate, review, all of that good stuff.
Yes.
Find us, share the good word, take good care of yourselves, wash your hands,
wash your butt.
As we record, today is Father's Day, so a happy Father's Day to all that it applies to. We thank you very much. Until next time, keep it classic.
And like Cool Keith said, my skin turned orange and green in a limousine. People think I'm mixed with shark drinking gasoline.
And always remember,
new school stale, old school fresh.